Good morning, YouTube, and I hope you guys had a fantastic Christmas. I really, really do. I mean, Christmas is such a good thing because it kind of shows us our priorities. It gets us back into family. It gets us thinking about things that are bigger than ourselves. And I think it's fantastic going into the new year because it really gives you that motivation. And that's the truth for me. And I hope it is for you. I hope that the Christmas season and spending time with people you love really is motivating to you to potentially get better, to potentially make less mistakes, potentially be more patient, right? Really come to terms with something in 2025 that we've been making mistakes with and say, I'm going to really work on that in 2026. Write it down and try for it because that can be a huge thing and stick to it. Because today, as we see us curling up, as we mentioned, Vixpiration just a time ago, ever since then, what have we done? We have completely ripped to the upside, curling up the daily MACD as of right now, outside of the weekly expected move. Now, this was something that we suggested could happen by Friday. We were looking for that peak above this level. And we're going to talk about, is this overall run completely done, or should we be looking for higher prices like 700 still based on the structure within this overall move? So let's just hop right into it. In this video, I only have time to do really the SPY and volatility. My wife's belly is real hard right now. We're getting into that last month here in January. We'll have a new baby girl with us. So she's really, really suffering as of last night. So I'm going to go make sure to take care of her throughout most of today. The 2 hour here is going to be very, very important to pay attention to because it's just tapping into that overbought condition. This is something that we mentioned about the 30-minute chart as well. The 30-minute chart was something that we said, at these levels, right? At these levels, we were like, yeah, it's like barely overbought. It's kind of overbought, but you still have that little bit of room to here. And it's Christmas time, and you probably want to see that move above this. So as we get to that line, right, we try to remind Patreon pretty often during key moments when you do get to the decision-making area. You are there as of today. So if you left some runners into Friday, hey, you might have made a little extra money. That's fantastic. I potentially will be taking full profit as of right now because I think we could see some kind of 30-minute pullback, and I don't need to play the rest of this leg. The overall trade that we were discussing down in this area with the left head and right shoulder to head up was a play to the weekly expected move, leaving that for an extension. Now, I could leave that on and see it extend, but I think I would rather just watch everyone. Watch this be as bait, because that's what I think is really happening here now. I don't think we're going to end up skying to the roof right now. I think the 30-minute chart is something you need to be paying attention to because now you are extremely overbought. So I'm just going to take you back for a minute to really show what I'm talking about. So when we had this rundown here, right, we had the reversal signals, we had the 30-minute divergence, we had the 2 hour divergence at the same time. Everyone was bearish. I was getting emails saying, hey, your theories are stupid, and then they kind of stop emailing because we see a squeeze just like we did over here, right? Actually, even more to the upside on this one. So, but what we really want to watch for is once you get to those extremely overbought conditions, you will start to see pullbacks with time, and this can theta burn you. So what I'm looking for now is the pullback down to the 5-day moving average. That is what I'm going to be patient for at this point. The money from this squeeze has been so good that taking profit to me is the right decision. Maybe it's not to you. We can be different on that. But once we do get to these type of levels, once we do spread out from that 5-day a pretty good amount, right? We're spread out from that 5-day a pretty good amount. We'll start to move sideways until the 5-day can catch up. And then you'll notice that it starts to get a little more difficult. So the overall squeeze period here could be potentially over. It doesn't mean there's not little trade setups in here. It doesn't mean there's not little trade setups in here, but we should be looking for behavior more like this going into next week. We should be looking for some kind of 30-minute pullback that does extend, would be the way to put it. And then we're going to be looking for those 2 hour pullbacks and things like that as we get up to 700. So I just wanted to mention that. The reason I'm talking about this a little bit more right now is just because it's a decision-making area, right? I take these very seriously, especially when giving out my personal analysis on the market on a week-by-week, day-by-day basis. I think it's important you understand what my mentality is. If you're trying to learn from this channel, if you're trying to get better in 2026, and you're really trying to learn, then you want me to tell you exactly what I think in this area. And what do I think in this area? I think that we're going to start to see the market get a little bit choppier. So why not make the money from the squeeze? let some kind of time pullback happen, let some kind of real pullback happen, and then see if we can turn into positive territory. So that would mean that right now, the 30-minute pulling back would be a potential opportunity, and the 2-hour most likely will not cross, but extend a little bit further. So we might see little moments like this before we extend higher. We might see a little moment like this before we do this. And that's all I'm talking about at this point. Then we can potentially see 2-hour pullbacks that lead to more upside. So I know it's a little bit confusing because we've missed out on a few days. Some people mentioning that, but guys, it's Christmas time. I got to do it. I don't know how these people are still, putting out 5 YouTube videos during Christmas and saying they're traders. That's kind of crazy to me. That's kind of crazy to me that you have that much time. So the reason too that I'm just being a little bit cautious here, just in case something happens towards the end of the year, right? We talked about end of the year tomfoolery. You do have a 2-hour divergence here, a rejection divergence for your MACD. You do have the 2-hour divergence for your RSI on the VIX. This does suggest that the daily has a chance to cross up here. The daily, I wouldn't say, is in too risky of a spot as of right now. I think that it could see a disruption. When you would start to be worried about this, I want to be very clear here. I still think we have extension ready. I think 700 to even 7, I think I have about 712 marked off. I'll have to go look. Christmas time. But even if this would cross up, what you're looking for here is a kind of dry little move like this, a little dry pullback for a few days. That kind of fails. That's what we'd be looking for. We'd still be looking for the extension here into 2026. So a pullback in the first week of 2026 would be perfectly fine. The risky time, let me show you, is the risk, right? We always talk about what look would really start to be like, wow, I need to be prepared for a little bit more risk to come into the market. That would be if this daily all of a sudden, which the SPY does not have signals that suggest that this is a big possibility. I want to point that out. The SPY does not have reversal signals suggesting that this is highly probable, but I'm going to make you aware of it. If the daily is able to cross up here, cross up on that MACD, extend to the point where it starts to give readings above 18, you want to be very, very aware if we see like a little pullback that then curls to the upside. And the other thing you really want to be aware of is the SPY, if the VIX makes a higher low, is the SPY making a new high? Is there some kind of divergence between the two? Is there some kind of big difference between the two that is saying, hey, a lot of people are posturing for a major amount of volatility with a higher low, but the SPY actually went to a new high? That could be a sign of a trap. Once again, I'm going to say right here that I say these things to help you in my mental process, how I look at things, how I really prepare for the market over time, especially going into like the new year. And this is the risky thing to watch out for. This is not the high probable thing. Let me just, at the end of this video, discuss what the very highly probable thing is. The highly probable thing is the daily just curled up, and that thing is potentially going to head in this direction. The other thing that is highly, highly potential here and something to pay attention to is what's going to go on here. The 2-hour is most likely going to extend. You notice that the last time we fell down, what did we make? We made 2-hour divergence, 2-hour divergence at the same time. So most likely this is what? The first leg. So this is the first leg right in here, which means we could still just pull back on that 30-minute, continue to move sideways, extend, and then see some kind of disruption that then causes some kind of top to form, at least for a daily pullback, because we might need to remake those signals too. But I don't want to get ahead of ourselves. So the main thing here is the daily looks fine. Watch out for that one thing from volatility if you really want to be aware of risk. The other thing would be the 30-minute does suggest a pullback is possible on the 30-minute. The 2-hour is tapping into overbought, so you could say a 2-hour pullback is welcomed. But as we look at the structure here, as we look at the 2-hour, it would be very, very likely to continue if the 2-hour did pull back, as that is pretty positive. So really, this just says, look for those bullish opportunities. This is my first time of taking profit during this run right now. The money looks great. Love it so far. Love it going into 2026. And I hope that everyone out there is reloaded and ready for a new year of all the stock market madness. And we're going to be here with you to guide you throughout all of it. So hopefully this channel continues to be helpful. And a big, big Merry Christmas and shout out to you guys, because you guys were able to get this channel to 21,000. And the reason I say that isn't because oh, yay, look at me with a YouTube channel that's at 21,000. The reason that I'm saying that to you is for you. You are someone who watched this content over time. It ended up helping you out, and you liked the videos. You shared it with a friend. You watched the whole thing through to learn more. What does that do? It allows these videos to get to more retail traders, more people who can be helped. So by liking the video, by watching the video to the end, like you are right now, you are helping others get to know this information that helped you as well. So I do want to shout out you guys. I do want to shout out the community because you guys have been absolutely fantastic. And I would just be paying attention to everything we talked about in this video over the next few days, and I'll be putting out an update over the weekend. Thank you guys so much. Have a great rest of your weekend. Peace out.